Greetings, graduates of the one and only UC Berkeley class of Perfect, that is 2020 Vision. My name is Mark Brilliant, and I'm a professor of history and American studies. Graduation is always a highlight of my year. The beautiful Greek Theater and Zellerbach Hall made all the more inviting by the beaming graduates and their families and friends. The never gets old playing of Pomp and Circumstance, the procession of professors in our Dumbledore suits. Don't tell anyone, but I had to break into my Dwinell office to retrieve mine for this occasion. And the procession of graduates in your caps and gowns, some with various cool personal touches on top, and others with law of physics defying high heels below. The always inspiring speeches by the selected student speakers, the sometimes inspiring speech by the selected non-student speaker. I mean, what can they say that hasn't already been said? At least until this year, which would have provided plenty of fresh fodder. After all, while it's tough to beat Dr. Seuss's "Oh, the Places You'll Go" when it comes to regaling graduates, you all have experienced something no other graduates have ever experienced with respect to the places you've been to get here. As if the path to the finish line wasn't already tough enough, you had a global pandemic thrown in your way near the end. You then needed to figure out how to navigate your way around it using a piece of software, Zoom, that was never meant to educate so many of the world's K through PhD students, and not surprisingly became better known for being bombed than providing a proper substitute for bricks and mortar education. And yet here you are. You did it. I cannot congratulate you enough, and only wish I could congratulate you and your family and friends in person. The extraordinary accomplishment of earning a degree from one of the world's premier institutions of higher learning is made all the more extraordinary by the circumstances under which you completed yours. This certainly wasn't the graduation you envisioned, but it's definitely the graduation none of us will ever forget. Please find a way to properly celebrate your enormous achievements and mark this momentous turn in the wheel of your life. Congratulations, UC Berkeley graduates of the 2020 class. May you maintain that 2020 vision for the rest of your lives, and may you bring it to a world that desperately needs it and thus eagerly awaits you.
Hello, greetings, congratulations, class of 2020 American Studies. It's really hard for me to communicate how proud you should be about your achievements today. I mean, Berkeley is not an easy place to go. It's probably one of the most challenging universities to get an education at in the world because of the rigor of our curriculum, because of the size of our classes, because of just the difficulty of living and functioning in Berkeley. And you have done that under the most difficult circumstances imaginable. As American Studies majors, however, you have more prepared, I think, than many others to face what we're going to be facing in the next few years. First of all, you were willing and able to propose and organize your own major, to write and research a senior thesis. These are things very few students at Berkeley have to do. And you did so while we were talking on Zoom, while people are having to take care of their families, while we are facing really world-shattering conditions. And all of the plans you made, all of the ways you imagined it would be when you graduate are probably now not like that. I get it. And what I think, however, is that if anyone is prepared to deal with what we will be dealing with in the future, it's you. I fully expect you, the class of 2020, to lead our nation, our state, our community in the effort to find a better and more just way to operate in this world. I have been on leave this semester, and I just want to tell you how incredibly much I have missed working with you and talking with you and laughing with you and crying with you and learning from you. It has been a privilege to be part of your education, and I hope you will stay in touch with us. Graduation speeches are a pretty cliched thing. You're supposed to be funny and you're supposed to be uplifting, and then you tell people some jokes about how, college is and all that. Nothing is really working that way right now. I can't think of anything particularly amusing to say. I do believe that you are the most special class that I've known. I mean, all my students are special, but this year, this has been a particularly special graduating class. And I have seen you work together in ways that are just very moving. So all my best to you. Congratulations to your families. Congratulations to you. And please stay in touch and let me know how things are going.
Okay, take 37. Oh, hi. I was just thinking about you. It's wonderful to be here, and I feel truly fortunate to share in the celebration of your accomplishments and of the richly deserved award of your degrees. I've had the distinct honor and pleasure to teach in American Studies this spring as a visiting professor, leading a class focusing on an exploration of Oakland. As has been true of all of you, my students have coped remarkably with the deadly threat of this virus and the unprecedented situation of shelter in place. It is with grace and patience that you have all pivoted to changes in the curriculum, modes of teaching and research, and the formidable task of remaining focused and connected in this time of COVID-19. I'm grateful to all of my students for their resilience and flexibility, hard work and engagement throughout this never happened before moment. And today especially, I salute the graduating seniors. I'd also like to give a shout out to my spring 2019 students graduating today. They too were amazing partners in experimental public digital humanities research and learning. I'm delighted to be here for you as well. And since these are, after all, commencement remarks, I will add at this point that you are the future. And I will say we have left you with quite a mess to deal with. But I am inspired and confident that you can continue to make a difference and contribute to making the world a better place. I am heartened by the thought that you will be lifelong advocates of civic engagement and democratic participation, and when needed, of resistance as you ensure that your voices are heard. As they say in Tennessee, I am so proud for you. And to quote Friday Night Lights, with clear eyes and full hearts, you can't lose. Thank you and take care, and congratulations to the class of 2020.
Congratulations to all the graduates of COVID 2020 from the University of California at Berkeley. We are distinctly proud of you. I am Professor Michael Mark Cohen. I teach in American Studies and African American Studies, and I have had the distinct pleasure of teaching many of you. And I want to offer you the deepest congratulations of having survived this institution, of having made it through the University of California in its most unusual of semesters. And just a reminder, as we always said in the academic profession, all P's get degrees. And you know what I'm talking about. So that's why we're all here, because you passed, you graduated. But more than that, let's be honest. This semester has fallen apart badly. All of the things that made college life, all the things that had shaped your expectations about how your last semester was going to happen, all that fell apart. Everything got disrupted and moved around and ended up in a space where I have to congratulate you from my Zoom cave. Now, I wish that I could be there with you to congratulate you in person. I particularly feel robbed of the opportunity of talking to your parents, frankly, under the campanile, wearing medieval gowns, drinking champagne out of tiny little plastic cups, and telling them that about how hard you worked and how you earned this degree, and that you built yourself and your life here in a rich, complex, and beautiful way, and that you have earned this degree. You have become who you are, and that we are proud of you, and that it has been my distinct pleasure to play some small part in that. So I do feel robbed of the opportunity of embarrassing you in front of your parents, but also of just being very earnest. And when I say to those of you who I have worked with, whose senior essays I've supervised, who've come to my office hours, who've sought advising, who sat through any of my lectures, who put up with any of the crazy things that I have said, that I thank you. And I'm very proud of you, and that I'm proud of this institution. And I believe in the University of California, and I believe in public higher education in particular. And I say that because this is the moment, right, in which we need you, our graduates. We need you. And, your community needs you, your family needs you, your hometown needs you. But the University of California also needs you. The state of California needs you. Your country needs you. And you, as a fresh batch of graduates from the best public university in the world, are well prepared. We have prepared you to help us address this enormous crisis. And so when success finds you, and it will, because you are graduates of the University of California, I want you to remember us as best as possible. That professor who said something crazy from the stage, or that professor who said something to you in an office and made you feel listened to and heard and seen. The academic community, the friends you made sitting in classrooms, in lecture halls, in laboratories. When you remember those things, this not how it ended, but how it thrived in the moment that you were here. This ending is going to be memorable. You have etched yourselves into world history by this coincidence. But I want you to remember this experience, the whole of it, the good, the bad, the challenging and the rewarding, and take this moment in and remember us as you go out into the world and success comes to find you. So I offer you a quarantine pint, a hearty cheers, and a congratulations from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Perhaps in my wildest childhood science fiction-induced imaginings, I may have thought that one day I'd be sitting in my study recording a message to the graduating class of 2020. But this is not an episode of Black Mirror, and I am not a cyborg, but an anthropologist who thinks about the ordinary and the everyday in American life. Talking to students from this position has become, in the course of the last 2 months, ordinary. And yet I would trade many valuable things to be with you in the Greek theater on a crisp May morning to celebrate your achievement with you and your loved ones. Instead, I would like to offer you a set of hopes on graduating during an apocalypse. First, I hope that you will remember the original Greek apocalypse doesn't mean the catastrophe. It means the unveiling. And this virus is unveiling a lot of things. Your resilience, your tenacity, your creativity, compassion, and kindness. Second, I hope that you embrace this rite of passage as you move from student to graduate, joining the ranks of Berkeley alumni who have been certified as having demonstrated a desire for universal understanding and educated in its pursuit. Third, and lastly, I hope you find the space and the time to party like the rock stars you are. You've done something that very few are able to do, and you've done it under the most extraordinary of circumstances, and that deserves celebrating. Congratulations, graduates. Fiat Lux.
Hi, graduating seniors. This is Professor Gold McBride wishing you so much congratulations. I had the incredible fortune to join the American Studies faculty last year, and I have been blown away by this community. I've met so many of you in American Studies 101 or in one of my thesis classes, and what I've found is this intellectual curiosity that reminds me just how lucky we are to be your teachers. UC Berkeley undergraduates are generally outstanding. Obviously, I'm biased on this one, class of 2009. But what I've learned over the last year is just how special American Studies majors really are. Every single one of you is a thoughtful, driven, passionate person who has come to American Studies because there is this one thing, this one big idea, one key question that you want to understand from as many different perspectives as possible, using as many different methodologies and resources and methods of inquiry as you can. Not many students on this campus can say that they got to design their own curriculum of study or that they got to pursue their passion exactly the way they wanted to. And not many students on this campus can say that by the end of their time here at Berkeley, they wrote a piece of original scholarship, a senior thesis. Those of you who have taken a class with me will know that in my classes, every student is treated as a scholar in training. All of my students work together as scholars to read and analyze and write about American culture and the American past. But today, as you graduate from the American Studies program, having written a senior thesis of your own, today you have become scholars, not scholars in training anymore. Every single one of you is now a scholar who is contributing to our understanding of American culture. I know this is not the senior year that any of you or any of us imagined. But what I want you to know is that all of us, all of your teachers here in American Studies are incredibly proud of you. I am so proud of you to finish your degree and graduate from UC Berkeley, the best public university in the world, to do all this in the middle of a pandemic, while also for many of you working multiple jobs and taking care of your kids or other loved ones. That is remarkable. I am in awe of every single one of you. I hope that wherever life takes you, you will always stay connected to your UC Berkeley community. I hope I get emails from some of you when you're off doing incredible work in this world, whether you are working or going to graduate school or becoming teachers. I hope some of you become teachers. This is a really special place that we are all lucky enough to be a part of. You are all golden bears for life, and I can't wait to see where you go next. Congratulations, and go Bears.